Hi, I'm Amanda Sanchez.
And I'm Shirel Losada.
And we are a part of the officer team of PTK's Alpha Rho Pi chapter
at Northwestern Michigan College.
For our college project, we will be interviewing students, alumni, and staff on the impact the NMC has had on them for the 75th anniversary of Northwestern Michigan College.
And part of that footage is going to be put in a time capsule that's going to be open 25 years from now. We are grateful for the impact that NMC has had in our lives.
And we look forward to sharing the impact that NMC has had on others. We hope you enjoy it.
Zachman. I have been a faculty member at NMC since August of 2001.
My name is Kylie Gibson. I am a former culinary student and I'm currently taking on social work now.
I was born and raised in Grand Traverse County. I got my bachelor's degree from Michigan State University. I worked in the private sector for 17 and a half years when I decided that it was time for a career change.
I'm Michael Anderson. I'm the academic chair of the communications academic area. I'm a faculty administrator, so I run the department, which offers English, Lit, joint level writing, Spanish, ASL. I also teach. I teach composition and public speaking.
I am an NMC alumni. I attended NMC from 1983 through 85. I obtained my associate's degree in accounting. I then attended our University Center through Ferris State, earned my bachelor's in accounting, and then I later attended MSU through the University Center and received my master's degree in instructional design and curriculum development. I also worked for NMC for the past 36 years. I am now retired for the last 2 years.
I'm Nick Nisley, and I serve as the president of Northwestern Michigan College. I feel like I'm the most privileged person in the world to serve in the role that I have. And I get to be a cheerleader for our students. I get to be an advocate for our students. I get to brag about our students. I get to help them, in achieving their goals.
My name is Timothy Nelson. I'm the president emeritus of Northwestern Michigan College. I served as the president from early 2001 to the end of 2019. And prior to that, in the 1970s, I was the residence hall director for West Hall and the college apartments.
I kind of have a really interesting NMC story. I went back here the year's 2026 right now. I started back in 2017. So I came to NMC, I wasn't really sure what I was doing at the time, took some classes, realized I wasn't really ready for school and still really figuring out my life. During that time, I really decided, I want to go back to school, but I want to be ready for it. So I spent a year or two just kind of building up my mental resilience and really working on myself a lot. Came back to school and it's been great ever since. I've been excelling in all my classes, and for the first time ever, I really feel like I'm a part of the community, which NMC has helped me out so much with that.
So I came here, I did culinary for a while. I tried pushing myself, but because I just wasn't with it, I just wasn't doing good. So I just decided that wasn't my thing. So I took another year or two off. And then I decided, I was how about I really like social work. It's something I've always wanted to do, but I never felt I was smart enough. And so I came back, here I am, and I've done phenomenal. Doing something you enjoy really does make a difference. Ever since I've swapped over my major, I've done really great. 4.0s all, last few semesters.
Having been established here in the Grand Traverse area, my kids were in school at the time, so relocating really wasn't an option. We were lucky enough to discover that NMC had a police academy. I ran into then Detective Captain Dave Meacham. We had a conversation and he said, it's never too late.
I only applied to 2 colleges. One was U of M, Ann Arbor, and one was NMC. And of course, I got into both, but I chose NMC. I wasn't ready to prove myself in that gigantic kind of anonymous place that I couldn't see myself at a big university. I think that I chose NMC because I just really wanted to focus on new interests and new things, and I felt like it would be easier to do so here.
Every day I get to wake up and fulfill our mission. And our mission is so simple, but I think profound. So we deliver lifelong learning opportunities to transform lives and enrich our communities. Wow, like what an incredible thing to wake up every morning, and despite how bad the prior day may have been or how big and full my schedule is, I get to keep it that simple and say it's about helping transform lives and enrich our communities.
I have a ton of students that have just been really powerful in terms of, it's powerful when, as a teacher, you see that you help students to take a turn in their lives that then opens up horizons that they didn't even see before.
I feel like I've grown a lot being here, like being a student. I've learned a lot of different life skills. It's like how to be like an adult, I guess. No, because like when I first started here, I didn't know anything. I had no clue like how to be like an adult. How to get an apartment. I didn't know any of that. I didn't know how to pay my bills. Like, I had a phone bill that was $50 when I first started here. Now I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm an actual adult now. So I was just thinking about this. I was like, wow, I'm really becoming the person I needed to be 8 years ago when I set foot on this campus.
There's many times, unfortunately, that we had students in the office that were emotionally upset and crying, and I just trying to be there to reassure them, know that we're here no matter when they needed, if they needed to just come and cry, that my office was available for them, and I had a box of tissues. And one of them took really advantage of that, and we became friends through that. And so that was, that's something that is always going to be a part of me, is that friendship.
It's the same thing. It's those social skills. It's the finding connection with anybody, just being able to go up to anybody and say, hi, how are you? And finding some common connection and some relatedness, and just being able to form like genuine empathetic connections with people. NMC really taught me how to do that, which I know people say half the thing in college is the soft skills that you build, but I fully understand it now.
I've also always talked about the people we served as learners as opposed to just students, because I wanted everyone to think that everyone is always learning, whether they're in the community, whether they're formally a part of a student body. Life would be pretty dull if we didn't learn going forward. Opportunities are always there. Okay, and it's really up to you as an individual as to whether you want to take advantage of the opportunities. And I think we did as a college take advantage of those that we discovered and actually created some opportunities that people would say community colleges don't usually do that.
Wow, NMC has been one of the biggest influences in my life. It gave me my degrees, but it also gave me the most rewarding position that I could possibly have had, and it's working with students.
We've connected with the community since 1951. And what's neat is NMC wasn't founded out of some bureaucratic state mandate. Someone in Lansing didn't go, we need a college there. And then, we built a college. But it was the people of this community that said we need a college. So the college was founded by the community. We didn't, just respond to the community. It was founded by the community. And for these last 75 years, when the community said we need a maritime academy, we built it. When they said we need culinary, we built it. When they said we need whatever, we've done it. And I think it's that intimate relationship of the college literally serving the community. And one of my favorite lines that I heard, I started hearing it during my interview, so back over 6 years ago, and I didn't quite know what it meant when I heard it in my interview because I didn't know the college. But people said to me, NMC isn't just a community college, it's the community's college. And I think that captures it for me, that a lot of people think, well, there's 28 community colleges in this state. Yeah, but there's only one community college that's the community's college. That's NMC, because that's what we were founded as, and that's who we are today.